All right, this day we only did 5 miles, but it was upwards, I believe, towards Golden Lakes, it was still rainy, so, but it was pretty nonetheless, I guess.
So here's where we ended up going this day. And yeah, this day, I think one of the most important things was it was raining the entire day.
Oh, that was that, yeah. It was raining most of the day.
So
pretty wet.
We stayed at North Puyallup, and there was this cool group that we had met. I think they were finishing up the Wonderland, and you can see the tip of a glacier coming down. This is one of the. I remember we woke up in the middle of the night, and it was actually dry when we woke up. So we took this picture, and you can see the, like I said, the glacier coming down. This is a picture of us crossing another bridge.
So this is my view for most of the trip. Trying to help Seven along. He's a good hiker, aren't you, Seven?
Yep. He was a good hiker.
So here's snack time, which we had quite frequently, and it was a huge morale booster.
Yeah.
In addition to food, just to take a break and let the kids sit down and run around for a little bit.
All right, guys.
So we found these blueberry bushes that were growing on the ground.
These were the best blueberries in the entire trip.
What are you guys doing?
They're so easy for the kids to pick. Memory especially.
Yeah, we're picking blueberries on the ground.
Picking blueberries?
So we stopped for berries 20 times a day. These were the best berries that we had by far on the trip. And this was one of the cool, I mean, there's so many different views that we had, but this particular day, I remember coming up above the tree line and just getting these awesome views of these alpine areas.
So Mount Rainier should be behind Dove, right?
Oh yeah, but I don't think we could see it. I mean, we could just
see
barely see the base of it, and that was all we saw that entire day.
Yeah.
So this is Seven. We came up to this kind of the top of this alpine area, and it flattened out, and there's just these beautiful trails that go on, and we arrived at the Golden Lakes campground, where memory, bam, we're able to actually do our business in the most civilized way that we did in the entire trip.
It has walls. Yes.
Yeah, this one had walls, which is actually, remember the one at North Puyallup? You had a view of you could see 20 miles.
That's pretty funny. Yummy.
So this is another freeze-dried meal. We ran into these guys that were doing the Wonderland in 4 days on that day.
Made our trip seem easy.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'd rather do it in 4 days. I think it'd be way easier. You can see we have Fort Crawford set up here. We're trying to dry every single item, which was pretty futile. Yeah, impossible. Oh, okay, this is where we hiked to see that little view of that lake. That's what we did that night. After we put Seven and Memory down to bed, I remember that. And then this is one of the fun things that we did was we'd pull out the map and just show the kids where we had gone, because it was,
they kept asking.
They kept asking, and you could see actually tremendous progress, because you could draw a line around this mountain that we had been. You can show them the places we had stayed and where we were going to go tomorrow night, and where our minivan was, which is all anyone really cared about.
Right.
So, going on to the next day. So this was a big day. This was the day to Mouch Lake.
Oh, yeah.
And it was raining from the second we woke up. And this was a really long day. It was 10.2 miles, which was our second longest day so far. And it was kind of funny because we actually did not plan on it being this long. But we started off, we had basically run out of any breakfast food. So we had Pop-Tarts for breakfast.
Hardly any snack food. I mean, we had almonds.
Yeah. Here's Memory in the tent. That's walking. We had very bright colored jackets for the kids, which made it really easy to see. So here you can see Memory's hands. We actually had them in socks, and we tied off her jacket because it was raining so hard, and we had to do that just to keep her dry and warm. And she still got pretty cold, actually, but at least that way she could stay dry. So she pretty much had her hands that way most of the time. Here's Dove crossing the river. She's not holding the handrail. I'm not sure why.
Okay, you can see we're at the Carbon River. There's 2 more bridges. You can see all the flood damage from 3 years ago. This river used to be huge. It's raining pretty hard, and we've already crossed 2 bridges. So this is the huge wasteland from the flood. So there's all these tiny little rivers melting down from the Carbon Glacier. So here's one of the last bridges.
So there was just kind of awesome like areas that we saw from the flood that had happened.
Is we're gonna be getting another food cache thing if we walk this way for 4 miles.
So what's the current food situation?
It's looking pretty grim, actually. Triscuit crumbs, pretty much.
Triscuit crumbs are gone.
Right. So almonds. That's about it.
Okay, so we got to go 4 miles for food and shelter. This is going to be a 10-mile day. We have 2,500 feet left, and it's 2:19 p.m. All right, this is going to be a long day. Do you think we should do this?
Nope.
Do you think we should do this?
You said yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It also means that we could very well possibly be home Sunday instead of Monday, which is also enticing.
Do you think we should do this?
Yeah.
So in the middle of the day, we kind of had to make a decision. We were actually making really good time, and we were set to stay at this spot right here, which was Mowich River. But Caitlin, another ranger that we had met, had offered us another cabin to stay at, and our food was at the cabin. And we, as you can tell by Cammie's comments, we had very little food left. We were basically down to almonds. Literally, that's all we had to eat for breakfast, lunch, and I think we had some more freeze-dried meals for dinner. So we made the decision to press on another 4 miles, and it was all uphill, and it was raining, and I had sprained my ankle, and we had actually just got a ace wrap from a ranger, so I had wrapped it. So we decided to go on to Mowich Lake, and these are some of the views that we saw on the way. There's another waterfall. There's Memory and I think that's the waterfall in the background, and we did make it. We made pretty good time.
It was it 4 miles all the way up?
Yeah, it was 4 miles, I think.
Okay, so we just got done with our 10-mile day. How you guys doing? Good. And we're at the patrol cabin with Caitlin. This is Caitlin, the forest ranger. And we have our food here, so we're gonna hopefully it's here.
Yes. It's our treasure chest.
Whoa,
There's a lot in there.
Our
Let's see
treasure
here.
Gotta find our...
We're probably supposed to pick it up on the 12th, right?
Our treasure chest is here.
I was at this
I
point.
said approximately the 10th.
At this point, I was really nervous. I didn't see our food there. I didn't even think it was going to be
There
there.
it is.
And then I found it. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so
There's
relieving.
one.
I filmed dropping stuff. Look, what does that say?
There's two.
That's one. We get to eat tonight.
That was our...
All right, number 2.
Yes.
Woo!
All right,
Pretty
so
exciting.
yeah, this was, and at this campsite, we actually ran into a group from Wisconsin that I think they ended up quitting the trail too. Everyone is quitting because of the rain. It was so wet and it was absolutely ridiculous. But this this night at the cabin was actually a huge relief, and we're going to talk more about it on the next video.